What have I done? What have I done? I have struck down one of our ancestors. I have betrayed my vows, my people, my God. Tuwaka, how could you allow me to do this? No, I am not all right. Not all right at all. I have failed Tuwaka. First, I lost Ansei Radan's ward, and then to get it back, I was forced to strike down the honored dead. Now the ward is corrupted, and so am I. Well, perhaps. Tuwaka says now that you are here, there is a way. I must cleanse the ward, but I will need you to protect me while I do. Would you do that for me, my friend? The dead? That witch, Shiri, has set them against us. They will try to stop me from cleansing the ward. But if you will defend me, I can cleanse it, if you are ready. Tuwaka says we should do this as soon as we can. I will cleanse the blade. You keep them off of me. Tuwaka says to keep it up. You are doing a good
Know how to
job.
scrap.
Yes, we are close now.
Get back, you fetcher!
That's it. Just a bit more. There. It is done. Come, quickly now. We must stop this woman, Shiri. Meet me at the central tomb. I am glad you caught up. I am glad you came to the necropolis in the first place. Tuwaka says, you are the one who must stop Shiri from doing this dark deed. She is planning to resurrect her father, the necromancer Satura. I was much younger when this man tried to turn the Alakir into a kingdom of undeath. But I will never forget the horror. The terror. Oh, we cannot allow Satura to return. He was the most powerful necromancer to ever walk these sands. Worse than his children, I suspect. Tuwaka warns me. Satura will be unstoppable if he is returned from the dead. He will be a great lich, or something even more terrible. We will kill her and retrieve the last Ansei ward. Shiri has sealed the tomb, though. Tuwaka says 2 of us will have to channel the wards we have to open the door. The other one can go in and join you in the fight. You must choose who will come. I will join you if you wish. I am no great warrior. I am only a humble priest. But Tuwaka says I can be of great assistance to you in this battle. He says it is up to you to make this decision, though. I am not one inclined to inflict pain and suffering, but I am skilled in doing the opposite. Tuwaka says this will be a very hard battle even for you. He says it would be my duty to keep you in the fight, to keep you healed. Tuwaka walks with you, and so will I.
All right. Let us open the door then.
This wall will not stand before the power of an Ansei ward.
It is done. Tuwaka says it is time for us to go in.
My father will soon be raised. And this is for all my family. I die, but my father will avenge me. Sutura will avenge us all!
I live again. You die.
It is done. Alakir is safe again. Come, hero. Gather my ward. To all things, there is a beginning and an end. Remember this. The Ansei wards must be returned to Sentinel for safekeeping. Then we can return to our vigil. Then we can again protect the Alakir. You will. Come out of the crypt. I will help you and your friends return to Sentinel quickly. I have opened a portal to Sentinel. You three may enter, but I must speak with your friend. Honor and faith are due all, but you who have come from afar, your contribution is matched in measure only by the length of your journey. Thank you. Through you, the Ansei wards have been recovered, and so it will be through you they are restored. You have accomplished a heroic feat today, but there is more to be done. Return the Ansei wards to their rightful place, the Impervious Vault. The vault is stronger. It will protect the ward so that we can again protect the Alakir. I have opened this portal to the vault. You may use it if you wish. Come to me, Wayfarer.
nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting. What do you say we try some of the local fare? I'm famished.
The horses are restless. Yes.
Yes.
Why, yes.
One cannot be a great ruler without first being an impeccable judge of character. You walked into my palace a stranger, but I trusted you immediately. You have proven that my faith was well placed. Come, though. This is an historic day. We have strengthened the seals on the impervious vault. Your friends and many others have gathered to witness the return of the Ansei wards to their rightful place. Take them. The honor is yours.
The wards are restored, and so are we. We can again maintain vigil over the living and the dead, and ensure that both adhere to the divine laws of Tuwaka. Your role in this has not gone unnoticed, young one. For us, it is never finished. But for you, your road leads elsewhere. You have done for Alakir far more than many others would have. You have fought bravely, sacrificed honorably. You have acted as an Ansei would have. Your path is your own, but be assured, Tuwaka has blessed you. And wherever you go, the gods will be with you. Remain steadfast, mortal, and may you come safely to your journey's end.
Today is a good day, my friends. Our sacred guardians are restored. The specter of undeath threatened our kingdom, our lives. The sands of the Alakir howled with the outrage of our honored ancestors. Now, though, the spawn of Satura are dead, and they will remain that way. The withered hand is scattered. Many of you already know this, but all this was accomplished only because of this one who stands here before you. The spirit of Divad raises his blade in salute. Someday, this hero's song will be sung in the chants of praise. All hail our great protector. All hail the hero of the Alakir.
In addition to the public praise, I must add my own private words of appreciation, Wayfarer. You not only saved the kingdom, you also saved its king. My reign would have been buried in the sands had you not intervened. Thank you. In honor of your selfless dedication, your unwavering courage, and the incredible service you have done the kingdom, I have a gift. This was one of Sentinel's greatest treasures. Now it is yours. I know you will use it well. It may seem unappreciative to ask more of you, but I would be neglecting my duty to the Daggerfall Covenant if I did not inform you of the tragedy at Bangarai. Any hope of peace there seems to have dried up in the wake of recent events. King Eamond is dead, killed by the Reachmen. They have long sought to reclaim northern Bangarai, and the war in Cyrodiil has given them the perfect opportunity. I am told the Reachmen march on Evermore even now. The city is in grave danger. Of course, but it'll take time. Time Evermore doesn't have. You could go now. They need someone like you to rally the city's defenses. After what you've accomplished here, I have no doubt you can make a difference. Will you go, Wayfarer? King Eamond had a stable boy who kept me informed. But I've heard nothing since the king's death. Not even word of who assumed the throne. His name is Ramza. Find him, and tell him I sent you to help. We cannot allow Bankarai to fall. Most of the Buellsay River shipping has been commandeered for the war. So I suggest you take the bridge from Stormhaven, or if you prefer, there is a more expedient way. Gabrielle can open a portal. You can be in Evermore within the hour. Indeed, a son and a daughter. Very young last I saw them, but his son would be his heir. Eamond's wife, Queen Argella, is cousin to King Emmerich, so she is likely acting as regent. Whatever is necessary to keep Bankarai from falling. If the situation in Bankarai is as dire as it sounds, I expect Emmerich will send the Lion Guard. But they will have to muster and march from Wayrest, so it will take time. Still, if Evermore can hold out against the Reachmen, aid will eventually come.
I still feel like such a fool to have shared my knowledge with that evil girl. And the whole time, I am very grateful that she is no longer a threat. If things had not turned out this way, I don't know if I could have forgiven myself.
Did I overhear correctly? Faharajad asked you to go to Evermore? Sounds like that place is shaping up to be a real trouble spot. I wish I could come along, but the guild's got me doing something else. Probably not nearly so interesting.
My father would be very proud of us, I think. You have ensured that the honor of the Ashaba will abide. I am grateful that I can count on you as one of our tribe. You are as generous and kind as you are brave, my brother. I hope we walk the sands together again someday. Until then, remember, true honor need not be named.
Tuwaka says this is good. He says all is as it should be, and you have done well. I agree with Tuwaka. I have enjoyed walking the sands with you.
Look at you. First you drive the risen dead from the Sentinel docks, and then you drive them from all of Alakir. I must confess, I am impressed.
We're getting reports in from all over the desert. Withered hands crumbling fast. We did it, my friend. We did it.
Yes.
Can never have enough of that.
Do you have a moment? It's worth your time. You there! There's gold for you if you'll lend me your time. I am a scholar of some import. Import. That is to say, I've traveled quite far. From Cyrodiil, just to study this forgotten shore. I sorely need an assistant. Ansei at Oanok? He's my guide to Alakir. He shows me the best routes and helps me make camp. but he doesn't know much about the great history of this land. I need someone to look around the ruins for an ancient sword. Legend says it only appears to a chosen few. I've had to ask strangers to walk through the ruins to look for it. Untrained eyes. I'm that desperate. Ansei at Oinak might tell you where to look, if you're willing. I appreciate the assistance from common folk such as yourself. This sword is a significant specimen of lore, direct evidence of a legendary event in ancient Redguard history. There are books about this, but as you may be illiterate, I'll enlighten you. I suspect this is the site where sword singer Navid slew Ilkub, his ally, over the love of the fair Saide. The blade of a sword singer is a physical link between ancient Yokuda and Alikir. Navid used this particular sword to slay his rival and then himself. As a piece of history, it belongs in a proper Imperial museum. The sword singers were so disciplined they could create a spirit sword, a sword made from their very thoughts. Not many could attain such strength of mind. Navid's sword is rare, as it apparently persisted after his death. The blade of a sword singer is a physical link between ancient Yoku. That's not important to my research. With sword singer Navid and his rival dead, I expect someone else went on to have a dozen children with fair Saide. Isn't that how these stories go? The important thing is the sword. No one's seen the sword or had any luck amongst these ruins. A pity, really. I had such high hopes for some of them.
I'm glad that the Imperial has found someone else to talk to. His haughtiness is suffocating. The sword in question is a wondrous object, and Herminius Sophis believes it will appear to those who have a connection with death or whatever lies beyond. The great scholar from Cyrodiil doesn't know. Imagine that. The magnificent scholar believes that the sword is too damaged to be used anymore, if it even exists at all. He wants to preserve it in a safe warehouse in Cyrodiil, where all the other artifacts have been taken, I imagine. If not me, another would surely stand here. My advice to you is simply to look along the shore. Others searched inland and were disappointed. Yes, indeed it does. It is a story of jealousy and betrayal. Have you not heard the Ballad of Navid? In the early days of the Regatta, a powerful Ansei named Yagub led a vanguard of 13 great warriors, sword singers all. In those days, Redguard bonds of fellowship were even stronger than they are now. These men were as brothers. One of the warriors, Navid, was strong but covetous. His dearest companion, Ilkub, had met a woman named Saida, whose beauty was legendary. Hair like polished obsidian and eyes like darkest sapphires. Navid's jealousy grew and grew. Yes, just so. While Ilkub stood on the beach stringing his legendary bow, Navid crept up behind and thrust his sword deep into Ilkub's back. Before Ilkub died, it is said that he looked on Navid with such sadness that Navid's heart broke in two. Racked with guilt, Navid fled to his tent, took up his grandest blade, and killed himself. When Saida heard of what happened, she threw herself into the water from the highest cliff. She was not seen again. I'm glad that the Imperial is... The sword in question is a wondrous... The great scholar... He wants to preserve it in a... Beware. They covet this blade, and shall come for it. You must leave this place. The sword is cursed. You seek the sword, is it not so? I must tell you, you are not the first to discover it. Others tried to take it, and paid a heavy toll. Take up the blade, and you will see. The sword-cursed are here among us already, circling like half-starved jackals. Can you not sense their jealousy? Their spite? The air is thick with it. The curse was forged in blood and envy. I murdered my dearest friend in a jealous rage, and the blade bears that taint still. The sword-cursed cannot bear the thought of losing the blade. If you touch it, they will come for you. Yes, and they will not stop so long as you carry it. Once you fall, and fall you will be consumed by the same jealous desire that drives them. They are long dead, and thus cannot be killed, though they will sleep for a time. But the blade calls out to them, always. When they wake, they shall seek it out again, and the one who keeps it. You have been warned.
Tail.
I hope you're watching.
Were you worried?
Friend, it is Ansei. I must speak with you. Did you recover the sword? We must speak before you go further with it. I did not expect you would find it. Only those who are different are capable of such a feat. What do you intend to do with it? Only those with the keenest senses can even see it. And only one without a soul should be able to take it from its resting place. I do not know how you lifted it unless your soul... No matter. What is your intention? A deception. I watch Herminius' office so he does not plunder Alakir. I know more than his books have explained. No. It is a deep, ancient curse. There is darkness in that blade that even the divines would struggle to banish. Sword Singer Navid's spirit seeks to distance himself from the blade, but he is the source of its evil. He cannot keep shedding the burden to others. That is for the best. Leave it at the lion's tomb on the shore. Then talk to Herminius' office before you leave. Perhaps he will abandon his foolish search. I warned you, but still you took the sword. And now you bring it to my tomb? Are you deranged? The sword curse will return soon. Take the sword away, quickly. I cannot. Do I not suffer enough? It has been centuries since I committed that heinous crime, and the shame is no less potent. That sword is a reminder I cannot bear. Take it away. I may still find some small measure of peace. No! I cannot! I will not! This is all Ilku's fault. His and Sahida's. I will... No. Your words are true. Leave the sword with me.
Any luck finding the sword yet? So few people will work as hard as I do at these things. I'm not surprised that you didn't find anything. It takes keen eyes and an educated mind to fully identify significant artifacts. I may just abandon this site and go deeper in the desert anyway. I heard there were burial sites. I hardly see why you deserve payment at all. Still, you are one of the few who actually bothered to return to let me know.
Death comes to us all. May we face it with honor.
Can never have enough. Nice hole.
They say you are the one who fights the withered hand. Could watch over you.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
My husband was supposed to meet me here. He was due to arrive at port today. Oh, Rupka, help me. Fair breezes unto you. I have all manner of needful things if you've a mind to buy. Please, feel free to browse.
I hate taking things without asking, but a man's got to eat. If you saw anything, just keep it to yourself, all right?
Alakir has its own pantheons, but I serve Arkay.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting. interesting history. I should try looking it up later. Never used to fight this much, until I met you.